All right.
What was it you said?
Nothing. So today we're going to learn about the volume of pyramids. And once again, the formula labeled right at the top for you, it's V equals B times H over 3. And the B and the H are things that you have seen over and over and over again. They mean the same things. Yeah, true story, true story. So the question is, what is the volume of this rectangular pyramid? Let's start with H for height, right? That hasn't changed. You can look in the diagram and you can see that the height is clearly labeled, and Siegel's going to double it up for you and show you now, as 6 feet. All right, so for H, you want to label that as 6. Right. And now what is B? Well, B has always been the area of the base. That hasn't changed. And since our base is a square, we're going to do length times width. That's been the area formula the whole time through all these problems. And so we know we've got 5 times 5, which gives us 25. And now we can just, very nice and very neat, plug these values in to our formula. So we'll do it down here. So V equals, and for B, we're going to plug in 25. For H, we're going to plug in 6, and we're going to divide that by 3. And when you do that, you're going to get 50.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, because 6 divided by 3 is 2, 25 times 2 is 50.
You are a mental math genius.
I told you guys, you got to get used to this stuff. Number skills will get you through life. So there you go. So it's 50. All right. If you have a question, do it on your calculator. You'll see that I'm right. All right. So once again, just using formulas. Now here's our second one. Now this time, if you look at it, it's a triangular pyramid, and our base isn't a rectangle. It's not a square. Instead, our base this time is a triangle. So that just means that our formula for B, which is the area of the base, is going to be a little different. And if you remember from before, the area of a triangle is labeled by the equation 1/2 times base times height. Let's figure out what the base is in this one. If you look, our base is, what is it, Siegel?
I would say it would be 8.
It looks like it's 8. Do you see that's the base of the triangle there? And our height, only another number there, is 5 feet, right? Which is right there. You can see that the triangle is kind of off to its side, but it's standing up right there. So when we do 1/2, 8 times 5, we end up getting 20.
Amazing.
So there you go. There's the 20. And now let's look at the height of the whole pyramid. And Siegel's going to show you this in blue. The height of the whole pyramid is labeled by that 9. So the height's going to be 9. And now we just plug it into that formula that we had before. So we have volume equals, for B we're going to plug in 20. For height we're going to plug in 9. And we'll put it over 3. And your final answer will be 60.
Sandro, I got a question for you.
Hit me.
Why is it that when we did the base on this one,
Yep.
you used this crazy formula, but
Uh-huh.
go up, on the last one, you used this formula?
Siegel, that's a great question. If you look at this problem, we know that B stands for base, right? So you're looking at the base of your pyramid. The base of this pyramid is a square. So you use the area formula for that object, which in this case is square, which is why you're going to do length times width. All right, so which formula you use to plug in for B depends on what shape you have in your base. If you scroll down, you'll see here that we use 1/2 base times height because our base here is a triangle. And so that's the area of a triangle formula. So whenever you're trying to figure out what the B is, you have to identify your base and use the formula to find that area.
Oh, okay.
Make sense?
I got it.
Perfect. Now let's move on to the next one. Volume of cones. We know that cones are pretty simple. We see all these fancy letters. Pi r squared h over 3. Nothing to stress though, because the first one we can always pick out is the height. Look at our diagram. The height clearly is 8. Right? It's 8 yards. So we can label that for h. Oh, see, Siegel caught himself. See, you guys got to do that too. When you're doing your problems, make sure you catch yourself. We have 8. And now r, we know, stands for the radius. Right? And we know the whole diameter is 6. The radius is half of the diameter. So what's 6 divided by 2? It's 3. So now our r is 3. Had student interference there. And so now we have our volume formula. And so we can just plug everything in. So we have V equals pi, that'll stay the same, r squared, which is 3 squared, times an 8, all over 3. George, get out. We're filming.
Get out,
George, get out. Sorry about that, kids. And so we were in the middle of doing our formula here. So when we do the 3 squared, we'll get 9. 9 times 8 is what? 72. 72 times 3.14, something crazy, divided by 3. The point is, you can take this V equals formula, you can plug it right into your calculator. Remember, for pi, we've been using 3.14. And so, Siegel, what answer did you end up getting?
75.36.
So 75.36. And remember, to get that answer, you're not plugging in pi, you're going to plug in 3.14. All right? Yeah, perfect. Thank you for adding that. And so once again, the cone problems are pretty simple. And that's how you do those. And that's it, right, Siegel?
That's it.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and good luck on IXL.